Okay, I don't know why am I doing this to myself. I just feel very vulnerable, but I think it might be helpful for anyone who's going through the same thing. Let me just share what I've been going through since a couple of months. Suddenly, I started to feel demotivated. I started dreading the thing that I was most passionate about, not knowing why. And my only way to cope up with anything was to eat all the comfort food. So I just ate and mindlessly ate. Honestly, I started to feel guilty doing it. I knew it wasn't good for me, but I just felt better for that moment. So I ate again and again and again. It was a vicious cycle. And this has been happening since very long. Little did I know, it's been 6 months of emotional eating. Yes, I used food to cope with stress. Well, if you're wondering why are you stressed, Pooja, your life is just perfect. So let me tell you guys, there's a lot that goes behind the videos that you see. And also this video is not ready to demotivate you or anything. I'm just sharing what I've been going through. I also have my ups and downs just like you, and my life is not perfect. And if you're wondering why am I stressed, there are actually a lot of reasons. But at the same time, I just feel there's no reason at all. I know it's a weird feeling. I'm still in the process of figuring it out, to be honest, but I certainly know there are a lot of triggers. For example, pressures from society to be the best version of yourself. Also, this hustle culture of just making it in this new country. And most importantly, following my passion, which not a lot of people really understand, and that constant pressure of proving myself to the world that I'm on the right path, including the family members where nobody really understood what I was trying to do. And that has definitely taken a toll on me. I'm not going to lie. And also by doing all of this, I start to lose myself. I currently feel I have like zero confidence, and that brought low self-esteem issues. I thought I was not good enough. It's so difficult to talk like this now, which was so easy earlier. I used to just pick up my camera and just talk. So to overcome all this, I just started to eat and eat and eat. So if you don't know what emotional eating is, in simple words, when you're stressed, you don't realize if the hunger is because you're truly hungry or the hunger is due to regulation of stress. And when we're stressed, we shut out the world, we turn to comfort food because it's like a warm blanket for our emotions. And we all want to feel better and not sad and miserable, right? So that's where the science comes in. So when you're stressed, you release high levels of cortisol, which is a stress hormone that triggers craving of comfort food. When you do give into that, it gives you pleasure. And that's when you get a hit of dopamine, burst of joy released by brain when we receive that award. I'm sure we all know that feeling. If there's a bowl of salad in front of you or a chocolate, you know chocolate will give you more pleasure, so naturally you will pick that, and it will release that dopamine that will stimulate the craving over and over again until you develop an urge for it, and that's when addiction kicks in and we can't live without it. You stop realizing it's bad for you because all you crave for is that one hit of dopamine again and again. So this was my life running away from things. I started gaining weight. There was a time I was extra small, then small, which was okay. Then I told you I started buying all the medium-sized clothes, right? And now even the clothes that I bought last month, they have stopped fitting me. And you know what's the funny part of living abroad on your own? You're mostly by yourself, right? So there's no feedback from anyone really with what you're doing or if your habits are toxic. And especially after moving to suburbs, it's like whenever I have to go out for just my groceries and everything, I take my car out. I don't even have to get ready. When I was living in downtown, I still was a little cautious because we used to walk and there were so many people around. So you make that effort to look presentable. But here it's like, yeah, who's going to look at me in this huge plaza? There are hardly like 10 people in the grocery store. And when I went to India this time, everybody was like, oh yeah, Pooja, you've gained weight. Honestly, that gave me more pressure because I felt, okay, Pooja, now you don't even look a certain way. I know they want good for me, but they had no clue what I was going through. So all of those things just kept like accumulating. I started shying away from people and my insecurities became bigger and bigger and bigger. That's why you've probably seen less of me on social media too. It was really difficult. In short, I was unhappy with the way I was living, not the body I was living in. I started hating myself and I cried my heart out for weeks. I had no idea what was happening to me, but I realized it was time for me to make a change. And let me tell you, by eating food, we don't fix our problems. We just ignore it. The only thing it's doing is, it's just making it worse. So today, I want to share with you the steps I'm taking to deal with this stress, things that I've changed in my lifestyle, especially with my food habits, because your body, mind, and everything around you is affected by what you put in your body, right? I think the first step to overcome is to recognize it, because till the time you don't realize that you're eating your food not just because you're hungry, but just because you just want to get that hit of dopamine and just forget all your worries, then yeah, that is a problem. Honestly, it's very uncomfortable for me to share this right now with all of you. I think that's the first step. You need to accept being uncomfortable. And I'm not saying just because I've gained weight and I look fat, I don't have that confidence anymore, but I just feel guilty every single day of doing this to myself, that I eat all shit food just to cope up with my stress. That is making me even more stressed, you know. And yes, I don't even feel confident with the way I look, because whenever I look in the mirror, I get sad, because all I see is like a sad person who has become like this just because of the stress that I'm dealing with. It's not like that I'm happy and then I'm just gaining weight. That would have still been good. So I've never used a physical journal to write down my feelings. I'm not that type of girl, but I wanted to find ways to cope with stress mentally, which starts with the first thing that you do in the morning. So recently, I've been starting my day on a positive note by journaling. And there's one journal in particular. After seeing it countless times on Instagram, I joined the hype and bought a copy of the 5-minute journal. Yes, you only need 5 minutes to write this, and that was a huge selling point for me. Like, I just have to take 5 minutes out of my day to make myself happier. Who wouldn't do that? So as you can see, I've been doing this since a couple of weeks now, and it's all about practicing gratitude. It has definitely helped me to be more mindful and to be in a positive frame of mind for the day. And also it keeps me accountable, because during the day, whenever there's a moment where I'm going to slip up from my promises that I've made in the morning, this is like a gentle reminder to not do that, because once you write something that you really want to do, it's just another feeling. Just try it once. So every page starts with a quote, and that's the highlight of my morning. So the 3 things that you have to write in the morning section is things that you're grateful for, what would make today great. Third is the daily affirmation. And in the night, you come back to this journal and write down the highlights of the day, and also what did you learn today. And by doing this, you just only focus on making today better. It's the small steps, right? And not focus or stress about the things that you've planned for like months after. And I really hope I continue to do this. One thing that I do is that I keep this book on my bedside table right here, so that I don't miss it the first thing in the morning, and also the last thing before I sleep. Okay, before I share with you how I'm dealing with it, I just want to take a quick moment to thank today's sponsor of the video, HelloFresh. So if you don't know, HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service here in Canada that delivers fresh ingredients right to your door. And for this week, I got lemon pesto chicken, and every box comes with easy step-by-step recipes that are actually fun to cook. To be very honest, today I was very close to ordering food from outside, but HelloFresh really helps me a lot in this, because whenever you're in a recipe rut, you can always order that and you get restaurant-style food at your home. Let's see what all ingredients do we have in this. Sweet bell pepper, feta cheese, onion, pesto, chicken, rice. And the reason I love HelloFresh so much is because it saves me so much time. I don't have to go to the grocery store. I don't have to think what to eat. It has made cooking at home easy, fun, and affordable. Also, the ingredients are all pre-portioned, so there's no wastage of food at all. Rice is done. I really don't know where they source the ingredients from. They're so high quality, and I really love their pesto as well. Alright, it's time to taste it. It never disappoints. By the way, this time I have a coupon code not just for new customers and also the old ones who cancelled their subscription long time ago and want to have HelloFresh once again. So this is the time. You can use my coupon code HFPEEKAPOO to save up to 20 free meals, which is worth up to $195, including free shipping on your first box. If you have never tried HelloFresh ever, this is the time to do it. And if you've already have, you can order it again. So there are certain things that I've been doing to improve my eating habits. Earlier, I used to skip my breakfast and sometimes just start my day with only coffee. And also in the entire day, I never used to have like fruits and veggies. So I wanted to make small changes and not big ones that I can't keep up with. For example, just having salad all day or having meals after every 2 hours. I know that's not possible. So I came up with 2 things. First, that I'll not skip my meals. Keeping it simple, 3 meals, breakfast, lunch and dinner. And second, incorporating salads and fruits in my diet, which was missing majorly. I know it's just easier to say that, yeah, you should eat more fruits and veggies, but how do you keep up with? So there are a few things that I've been doing that are helping me. For example, I'm cutting my salads and fruits in advance, so whenever I open my fridge, I just have to grab them and just put it on my plate and eat it. So that takes away the laziness of taking the fruit out, washing it, chopping it and then eating it. I know it's not a big deal, but sometimes when you're busy, it actually becomes a big deal. So the third thing which I did was to become like a food adventurer or wear like a chef's hat where I try new meals every day because, you know, when you have the same repetitive food, it gets boring. For example, for breakfast, I've been having eggs like literally every single day. So I decided, why not switch it up and make avocado toast at times, or maybe chia seed pudding, oats, or even healthy pancakes for that matter. And even if it's eggs, I'm trying to switch between boiled eggs, omelets, sunny side up, just trying to have fun with it, you know. And trying something new always gets me really excited for the evening, and today I'm making tacos. And for lunch, yeah, I don't really spice things up except making sure that I have yogurt, salads with my meal. And for dinner, I have been following a few channels on YouTube and pages on Instagram and trying out new stuff every day. That way I'm always looking forward to a new routine in the evening that gets me excited. And whatever I like, I make sure that I put it in my recipe book. So in India, I was used to having fresh food daily for every meal. But here, when you have to cook yourself, sometimes it's hard. Especially when it's a busy day or you don't feel like it. And I used to see a lot of people doing meal preps, but that idea was never fascinating for me. I always used to think, oh, I have to eat the same food every other day. I just couldn't do it. But seeing the way life is here, I have to agree, it does get busy. And especially with the kind of work that I have, it goes beyond that 9 to 5 every other day, you know. So I came to Canadian Tire to find some meal prep containers and I found these ones which are on sale. This is actually a pack of 3, a dual compartment food storage set which is made of glass. So if I can have a break from kitchen for at least one alternate night, it would be so much easier to focus on other things and to have time for myself, right? And also it breaks that monotony of the routine too. So I thought I'll start meal prepping. Also, I just ordered something from Amazon to store smoothies. Although making smoothies every day, it's not a big deal. But if I can make for just one day extra, it'll be very convenient, right? So it's a pack of 20 glass bottles. I know this is a lot. I can actually share it with you. But this is the only option they had which was cheap. But I can always use them to store dressing or purees. These are multi-purpose, so I'm okay. So today we are going to make smoothie for 3 days. I know all of this is just making me excited. So I have Greek yogurt, some fresh blueberries. Also, I like to add some greens. So sometimes I add spinach and sometimes I add celery. But I prefer spinach more. Smoothies are ready. Really good. So from someone like me who cannot control snacking, I decided to not get any unhealthy foods in this house. When it's out of your sight, it's out of your mind, right? Chips, instant noodles like Maggi, Indomie, they are my weakness. No more sugary biscuits. But that doesn't mean I will stop snacking. Otherwise, it becomes really frustrating when you come in the evening, open your cupboard and you have nothing in your kitchen. So that's why I have decided to switch all the unhealthy snacks to healthy snacks. One of which is obviously nuts. I've been having a lot of nuts lately because I don't have any other bad stuff at my house, right? But when you have this in front of this, you're more likely to pick chips. We're not gonna have this. Another thing that I recently found was these almond flour crackers. at Costco. The ingredients are all clean. It also tastes really good. And also for chocolates, I love chocolates. I'm trying to just eat dark chocolate now. Also something that I found at Costco, another thing, are these organic, no sugar chocolate. Guys, when you buy a regular chocolate, you have no idea how much sugar it actually has. Some chocolates are just sugar. It's not even like real chocolate. But this one right here, also these are like minis. So whenever I crave for it, I just get only 2 small pieces. You have to develop a taste for it, and obviously nothing as compared to like Lindt or regular chocolates, but it does its job. Another very important snack are granola bars. Also, once in a while we all crave for sodas, right? So to switch Coke, I've started having like sparkling water. It's fizzy, it's flavored, it does the job. And also sometimes I get kombucha also. Since all of these healthy stuff is not as tasty, right? So you're more likely to control a quantity. You'll just grab a handful as opposed to finishing the entire pack of chips. There was this advertisement from Lay's, right? No one can eat just one. So yeah, you cannot just have one. There's no in between. At least not for me. Next was to move my body in any form. But this time, I'm not focusing on losing weight, because whenever you put like an outcome to your goals, it's just difficult to do it. So now I just want to make it a lifestyle. I want to move my body in any way or form. And for that, I also took an Apple Watch recently to keep myself accountable, because it tells me how many steps I've taken and also keeps pushing notifications that I have to stand in between also. Like everybody else, we are working from home and all we do is just sit on the chair all day, every day, which is really bad. By the way, I'm still learning how to use it to its full potential. So if you have any tips for me, if you own an Apple Watch, please do let me know in the comment section below. What more can I do with this? Also, I'm going to start exercising soon. I still don't know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to go to the gym or if I'm going to just walk. I'm still figuring it out, but whenever that happens, I'll definitely update you very soon. And all the things that I shared can only be possible if I sleep and wake up on time. So if I wake up early, I can obviously do my journal, have my breakfast, not skip my meals. I can also take out time to move my body. I can take that effort to improve my meals and not rush with it. So these days, I've set a deadline for myself that I want to sleep at like 11 p.m. and wake up at 7 because I need my 8 hours of sleep, and this way I get to do all the other things I want to do as well. So sleep discipline is very important. Good night. Okay, now you must be thinking, how do we do it and keep up with, right? So if you're struggling just like me, let me tell you, consistency is the big key here. What is the saying? You need 21 days to build a habit, something like that. So that's what I'm trying to do, just trying to do all of these things like every day, even when it's hard, even when I don't want to, because now I want to change things for good. I need to change my relationship with food, and I really want to listen to my body and do more of mindful eating. And at the same time, I don't want to be hard on myself. I just want to take it slow when my body tells me, and also meditate. I really want to do that, but I don't know, for some reason I always feel it'll be really hard for me to concentrate for like few minutes, but I really want to try that because it really does help your mental health. So in short, I really want to love myself again. I want to feel in control of myself, which all starts with the small things that you do every day. So let's see how I feel by doing this every day. It's just a start. I'll definitely keep you updated. And if you're in the same boat like me, I really hope this video inspired you to take one small action today. Just know that we can all do it. Also, in general, please do share in the comments down below, how do you keep your mental health sane? This is such an important topic which not a lot of people talk about, and although things have changed now, but still it takes a lot of courage to open up about all of these things, right? So I'm just trying my best, trying to make some small changes, not saying that I'm completely perfect, but definitely don't want to do this to my health. Also, I'll still keep on exploring some other ways to keep my mental health good, but right now I thought, okay, let me just fix my food habits first because that was just going worse. Anyways, I really hope this video inspired you in some way or the other, and thanks for listening to me. I'll see you next time. Love you. Bye.